Hello, hello, friends. Just up front, I will tell you we do have a slightly different setup. I'm gonna explain that first real quick, and then I'll go through and say hello to everybody. Um, but yeah, I've opted to change the setup just for now because I'm actually working on chapter 21. I've already written a bit in it, and I'm anticipating to only have 22 chapters. So I'm really close to the end now, and I just feel like I don't want to put the mood boards up anymore because I think it just gives away too much. So hopefully you guys are okay with my face being like twice the size it normally is for a little bit here till I finish the first draft. But yeah, we are like macro size now. Okay, let's see. Hi, Margo. Welcome. Hi, Vic. Welcome in, friend. Hi, Ian. Oh, sorry about that. Vic said I'm sitting here with my sword in my lap for emotional support as I try to brainstorm a better title for my book. Oh my goodness. Well, you've got this, Vic. You can totally do that. You can totally do it. I love that you have an emotional support sword, by the way, and I've got like my emotional support cat, basically. Two opposite ends of the spectrum, right? Right, Wojo? But both effective. If I can get him to just sit, which I'm trying to get him to do. Okay, he's gonna move on. Thank goodness. Hello, Jess. Also, by the way, since Vic and Jess are in here, and I've seen a few other people, if you did any sort of like vlogs this month for writer games, just know they are in my to be watched list or my watch later list. And I do want to watch them. I'm coming. I want to watch them. Okay. I'm on my way. I just haven't had time the last couple weeks. I'm not going to lie, balancing school and this has kind of been a lot. But I really want to watch them. And I so appreciate you guys vlogging it and like mentioning it and stuff. So just know I see them and I can't wait to watch them. Hi, Beth. Hi, Christina. Hi, Market's cat. Yes, it is a close-up, which is going to take some adjusting on my end, like for me to get used to, but I think we'll get there together. We can do it. But I appreciate you guys are so chill about it. Thank you, Margo. The end is nigh. Yes, it is coming close now. Oh, thanks, Beth. Hi, Star Bunny. Emotional destruction cat. Yeah, you know, Walter's kind of in that territory. I'm being very generous by saying that he's an emotional support cat. He's mean mugging me from over there by his food. No, stay over there, please. Give me a little break. Okay. I think that totally counts as a thing, Ian. Miley said, hello. Unfortunately, I'm crying over Bridgerton and still. Oh my God, today's the new Bridgerton. Okay. The stream may have to just be a 2-hour stream tonight. Don't tell me anything, by the way, Miley, because I've already watched all of part 1. I really want to watch part 2. Crying over Bridgerton is still 2 episodes to go, so I'll be back. But happy last writer game stream. Oh, thanks, Miley. I honestly can't believe that it's already coming to an end. Like, I feel like that this month blew by so fast. Emotional support, but jelly beans. I love that. When I used to work in an office, I had emotional support Starbursts. That was my like drug of choice. Part 2 coming in, and that one has a twist. I cannot wait, Vic. I'm gonna add it to my playlist so I can check it out. Rachel Catherine. Rachel says, I can't stay long, but I just want to pop in and say hello, as this is the last of the writer games. It is the last of the writer games. Best of luck writing, friends. Oh, thank you, Rachel Catherine. That's so sweet of you. Oh, sorry, Christina. See, this is the funny stuff that happens on live streams, you know, like the funny faux pas. Yes, I am so close. I've already done some of chapter 21. So I'm hoping. I mean, I doubt that I'll finish it tonight, but there's a chance that I could. Depending on how long I stream for, there is a shot. Because this chapter 21 in particular, even in the outline, I knew it's not going to be as long as my other chapters on average, but I kind of like that because the way the scene is written out, it's like the perfect scene where if there are any additional threads that I want to wrap up in this book, because as you all know, it's outlined as a trilogy. If there are any threads loose that I want to wrap up in this book that I haven't wrapped up, like I feel like there's potential to wrap them up here if I need to, you know? But so far, I was kind of thinking through everything in my mind earlier today, and I really think I've wrapped up everything I need to. And it'll still be long. Like that one chapter, was it chapter 19 that I told you guys? I was like, oh, this is going to be so short. It ended up being like 2,500 words. So it was still really close. My average chapter length is between like 3,000 and 4,000. So I just don't want it to be really small, and this one won't be. So we'll see how it goes. But my next chapter will be fairly thick, chapter 22. But there's a chance I could finish this one tonight. We'll see, but we're definitely getting close. Just said, yay, mine have definitely been chaotic, but I'm happy to have documented my part in the games. Yeah, I really wish that I had taken video, especially because I feel like this month I made like so much progress. And I kind of regret I didn't. I think next year, since I will already have had this event like under my belt, I'm going to make changes for next year. Quite a few changes. Nothing crazy, but I'm going to make some changes. But for the most part, I think I'll be more like used to it, and I'll like get into the rhythm faster next year to where I can hopefully like vlog some of it too. Because I'm jealous that you guys did that. Vic said, no Bridgerton spoilers, please. I'm trying to avoid the new spoilers all day, and it's so hard. Yeah, no spoilers in here, guys. Because I'm the same. I want to watch it. Starbraiding said, I got a cup of emotional support tea and a fiddle toy. Okay. Have you guys been seeing, I have not seen this, okay, but a friend told me about it. Apparently there's a trend going around on social media, and I actually think this is kind of brilliant. And it's like a bag that you keep in your purse, and it's full of things that you can reach for instead of your phone. So it's like handheld games or like sticky tack or like different things like that that you can kind of fiddle with instead of feeling like you always have to reach for your phone. And I thought that is so cool. I'm going to have to make one of those because I feel like I absentmindedly look at my phone all the time, almost as just like a way of like fiddling, you know, having something to fiddle with. And I just love that idea. Okay, so this was going to be the Nutella stream, but I'm not going to lie. So I bought an everything bagel because I want to do it the way Miley recommended, which was to put Nutella on a piece of bread and then like put it in the toaster. Horizontally, not a vertical toaster, horizontal toaster. But I got an everything bagel to do that with. And I got it at the top of the week and I just checked it and it's like pretty stale. It was like hard as a rock. So I think I'm going to save that for next week or whatever I can next get to the grocery store. But I do have Nutella on hand and I'm ready to try it as soon as I get bread. Emotional, yeah. It's a dangerous game, Jess. I don't advise it. Just saying it's a dangerous game. But yeah, I had emotional support Starburst. It was just so nice. Yes. Holy snap, crackle and pop. Yes, it is the Ed. And I'm so excited. I can't wait when it's done. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna print it through Barnes and Noble Press and get like an actual physical copy. I think I told you guys this, just to be able to go through and edit it like just a red pen edit, because it's going to be a dev edit. So I can't imagine that I'll have too much. I mean, maybe I'll make a key and use colored highlighters and stuff, but for the most part, it'll just be a dev edit. But I'm really excited to like hold it in my hands, you know. Just said, I have not made so much progress. Listen, that's okay. As long as you've made some progress, like that's all the games were for, you know, was just to encourage you to make more progress than normal, right? It didn't need to be astronomical. If it just got you to sit down and write like 1 more hour this month than you normally would, then to me, that's, you know, that's a win. Yeah, I do too. I do too, Jess. Is that... I don't keep like extra stuff. I do keep a chess book in my bag at all times. I think I've told you that. It's like famous chess, like endings, I guess you would say. So you have to figure out like what the winning move would have been. And I do like that, I will say. My brother gave me that years ago, and I love to just like work my way through that when I can. But yeah, otherwise I feel like a lot of people like reach for their phone even just to like play games on their phone, but it would be nice to have something else in your bag for that. It's the garlic of it, everything. You might be right. I've never had Nutella, so okay. So maybe okay. So this might have worked out then, because I would have had not such a great experience. I say fuck it, spoon the Nutella. Listen, I may have to. I feel like I have to wait though for a time when Miley's here. I do have to say, because I feel like Miley like kicked this off, and if she misses it, I think she'll be really bummed. So I may hold off till like Tuesday's stream next week. We'll see. I'll put it in the title if I decide, like the one that I decide to do it, I'll put it in the title so you guys know. I completely forgot the date. I've been so absorbed in my book. Time sure went by fast. I'm now on my first draft. I've been handwriting my zero draft these past few weeks. Oh, that's so exciting, Star Bunny. Oh, what a great, daunting, but great time to be like officially starting. Because I remember doing my outline. I call it an outline, but honestly, like it really is more of a zero draft. Like it was very thorough. And I worked on that for 3 months and then finally started outlining it. I just remember like that feeling of like, well, can't turn back now. Like now you've started. And I know you technically could turn back, but I was just determined not to. So it is like a really fun feeling. What a sweet time. Vic said, I have to say, I highly recommend sitting with a sword in one's lap. It gives badass throne vibes. It gives so much power. I have a pirate sword. I don't have a, you know, like a generic, like not generic. I shouldn't have said that. I don't have like your typical cool sword, but I do have a pirate sword. I actually wonder, I don't know. I would show you guys, but I don't want to like get in trouble on YouTube. I don't know how that works, but yeah, I'll have to try that sometime, Vic. Beth said, yeah, I was just thinking, Margot, I don't think it, yeah, okay, good. I might switch. Have you guys ever seen the bread that's got like cinnamon swirl on it? Do you guys think that would be good? Because I feel like cinnamon and hazelnut pairs well. You know what I'm saying? Like the one that has the swirl. Taylor and Right in his house. We love to see it. Petting it like a cat. Oh my gosh. That's really epic, Vic, actually. Oh, hi, Alex. Welcome in. Welcome. Okay. I mean, savory and sweet sometimes can go well, but together, but I get what you're saying. Oh, Saber. Oh, nice. I was saying on the last stream that I used to do color guard. I did it for 1 year in high school. I liked it. Because we were talking about learning lightsaber spinning on the last group stream. Alex said that would slap. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, all right. That's the direction I'm going to go then. All you need is a giant spoonful. I feel like, especially if that bread has a bit of crunch. Yeah, I'm going to toast it because that's what Miley suggested. So I'll try it with bread and without if it's like decent on bread. There's a restaurant here that has Nutella, banana, and strawberry pizza, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's pizza? That's very interesting. I mean, I love that. I would never think that, but I believe you. And that sounds, I mean, that's very creative. The Velcro in my bangs is def killing the coolness. What do you mean the Velcro in your bangs, Vic? Like, you mean like the static? Like, are your bangs responding to a lot of like static? All right. Well, Vic gives me an answer to that question because I am curious. Do you guys want to go over to the spin wheel and take it for a spin a Rooney Dooney? Starbunny said, yes, it's daunting but enthralling. It's only been 2 days, but I wrote nearly 30 pages. This is the first time a writing method has worked so well for me. That's awesome, Starbunny. Oh, so happy to hear that. Vic said, oh yes, Italians put Nutella on pizza. Yes, we stared at them like they are insane. I mean, it's probably decent. Like, I'm kind of curious. Spread it on a puff pastry sheet. Roll it up tightly. Cut the coins. Coat with butter. Bake till done. That sounds really good, but it also sounds like way more work than I would ever do, Ian, probably. But I like the thought process, and it does sound really good. Spin. Okay. Margot says spin, we gonna spin. Here we go. Spin, spin, spin. Okay. Y'all know the drill. You got about 5 seconds to drop your guesses in the chat, and then we're taking the wheel for a spin. Oh, I know what you're talking about now, Vic. Sorry, I totally did not catch that. I was like, what do you mean the Velcro? Okay, I washed my bangs and these are in shape. Yeah, that makes total sense. Put all that on my grocery list. Yep. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. $45. Okay, we can do a 45. Oh, also, for those of you that missed the clicking, because I know the clicking is very aesthetic, I'm going to turn my desktop audio back on. I'm sorry. I did have it muted from the guest stream the other night. I'll have it click for the next one. But we got hit with a 45. Let's see. Alex got it. Okay, Alex got it. So y'all know what to do. Throw gold stars in the chat for Alex, and I'm going to get Alex a trophy in just a second here. Perfect. Well done, Alex. Make sure. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no worries, Christina. I honestly like it too. It's like very oddly satisfying. So, yeah, I did note that. I unmuted, and you will hear it next time. All right, that being said, I have 45 minutes on the clock. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll see you on the other side. Here we go. Alrighty. We are back. How did that sprint go for everyone? It was not my most incredible sprint. I had to go back and kind of rework some stuff. I wanted to change the dynamic between two characters a little bit, so I'm glad I did it. But I only got 338 words, new words, but I'm okay with that. You know, it's all progress in the right direction. But how did it go for y'all? And we're actually just going to hang here. I know normally I go to the face cam, but I feel like I'm so big on here now anyways, like we may as well just chill here. So let me put a little timer on for us. We'll do a 5-minute break. I think that'll be enough for us. Oh, and let me give us a little emblem here. Perfect. Mateo started making breakfast. Nice. Alex only started writing halfway through, but put 563 down on the page. That's awesome, Alex. 563 is incredible. Hi, Lizzie. Welcome in. Happy to have you here. Christina says, went great, though a little annoyed. It took me literally 45 minutes to read like 9.5 pages for someone, but I was also commenting. Yeah, it does take a while. Like, you know, you guys watched in real time the first time that I beta read for Taylor. I did it like on stream for the most part, and it takes a while when you're trying to comment. Let's see. Vic said, who would have thought that making a title would take that? I believe that it takes that long. I've started thinking about what I want to title mine officially because I've still just called it Project Fossus the whole time. And eventually, like, I really do want to come up with a title sooner rather than later, but I want it to be like organic. I'm hoping when I reread it, once I have the physical copy and reread it, I can like think of something. But yeah, I get it, Vic. Like, I can imagine why that would be hard. I feel like I'm going to have to go to Barnes and Noble and like walk around in the fantasy section and see what other people are doing so that I can maybe steer clear of that, actually, because I don't know that I want to like have the same thing as everyone else. I don't know. It's so much to think about. Vic said, now narrowing my options. Oh, that's exciting. So you have like a whole list and you're just kind of like chipping away at them. Ember May's Cozy Corner said 950. I'm dictating. That's awesome. How do you like the dictating? I've heard people have like different views. Some people really love it and some people try it and they're like, it's just not the same. Like, I can't get down with it. Curious to know your thoughts. Star Bunny said, not the best. Took some time to get back into the chapter, but had fun. 173 words. That's awesome. Yeah, the first sprint is always like a warm up as far as I'm concerned. It's always going to be the slowest. I don't have a real title for my other projects. This is Mateo. Yeah. Fair. I mean, I only want a title because between you guys and me, I'm not going to lie, I'm already starting to think about like, I want to start working on my cover. Like, I'm genuinely thinking that far ahead, and it's way too far ahead. I know that. Okay. I know that I could do a whole cover and then send this off to beta readers and get a bunch of feedback, have to change stuff, and then have to change the cover. But I am already thinking about the cover. I can't help it. So, and you can't really think about the cover super clearly, in my opinion, until you have a title. So it's all intertwined, you know. Vic said, I'm mostly procrastinating finishing the difficult chapter. I do not need a title. I feel that. Yeah, I'm going to think about book cover stuff and like character art and stuff. I think in the 10-day window, it says for Barnes and Noble Press, it takes like 10 days usually for it to ship. And then I guess there's a window on the front end too, where they have to like approve your project for printing. I guess it's probably just to make sure that you're not trying to print like something that's already copyrighted, like someone else's work. But I heard that can take a little bit of time. So we'll see. But in that window, I think I'm going to try and maybe think a little bit about art for it. Christina said, oh, naming things is so hard for me too. Though my thriller project has a funny title, I might just stick with. I don't know yet. See, and that's what I kind of like Fossus, but well, I can't spoil it, but basically it just wouldn't, I don't think it really would work as a title, you know, but I like like a one-word title. but I'll have to think about it. It's so hard to pick. Dictating is great, but you'll make a lot of words and not all will be usable. But for momentum, it's the best. See, I feel like that'd be great, especially for like a first draft. To be honest, I found a title like pretty early on, only a slight tweak probably needed for draft 2. I've only posted it as TSWB, which is the first letter of each of the title words. That makes sense. See, part of my issue too is I really want my title, because I have it outlined as a trilogy right now. I really want a title that can like stay the same throughout all 3 books with just like minor tweaking. So I kind of need to, like, you know how Mistborn, it'll be like Mistborn, but then it has like a subtitle, and the subtitle is really what changes each time. That's kind of what I want for my trilogy. So I really have to, think about that. But that's very lucky, Alex. I'm happy for you, honestly, that you like found something pretty quickly and feel like you can stick with it. Ember Maze Cozy Corner said, it was hard at first, but my fingers just don't go fast enough. Relatable. I relate to this so much. Also, I had to accept that when dictating, it's mostly plot stuff, and then character arcs and emotional development have to be finessed. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, I do plan to self-publish. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm hoping to self-publish. Lord knows when it'll be ready to be self-published, to be honest, because I'm just on my draft 1. I'm almost done now. I'm working on the second to last chapter right now, but I do ideally want to self-publish. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that happens, but thank you for the woot woot. We love a woot woot. All right. That being said, our timer has gone off. So let's head on over to the wheel and get our next sprint going. What do you say? Go ahead and take the next 5 minutes or so and drop those guesses in the chat. Y'all know the drill. If somebody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor. Alex said the title is also very simple, but I thought if I saw it in a store, I would at least give the synopsis a read. See, that's probably a great gauge. Like, would you pick it up based on the title? That's actually great advice, Alex. Doom. Oh my gosh. All right. In case you haven't put your guesses in yet, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we go. Okay, good. For a minute there, I thought we were getting really close to Doom, but I was like, this is not a Doom night, my friend. I mean, we obey the wheel and all, but I'm really hoping to steer clear of that tonight. Star Bunny got it, and I can confirm this came in before I spun the wheel. So well done, Star Bunny. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead and chuck those gold stars in the chat, and I'm gonna get Star Bunny a trophy here in just a second. Perfect. Well done, Star Bunny. Love to see it. People are coming through tonight. Yeah, you're welcome. It's well earned. People are really killing it on the wheel tonight. Oh, I didn't even see this. If you want to talk, I'd be willing to sit down with you. I've published over 25 books. Oh, wow. Holy smokes, 25. That would be a dream. That'd be pretty great. Yeah, this is my first one out the gate. So we'll see how this goes. Does it get any easier as you go? That is the question. But wow, how cool. 25 books. My goodness. All right, let's go ahead and get this sprint started. I wish you all the best of luck. Okay, hang in there. The goalpost moves. Oh no. But thank you for the real answer. I do appreciate you being straight with me. And I kind of figure You know, I figure that happens. It's probably always like a, you know how some things are like living documents where they're always evolving? It's probably like that. Um, wow. So cool. All right. That being said, I have 40 minutes on the clock. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I'll see you on the other side of 40 minutes. Here we go. Alrighty. How are we doing? I didn't get that many words that sprint. I got really hung up on some dialogue. So I got 304 words. Also, just as a reminder, my word count up in the top left corner, that's the word count for like my overall doc. But right now I'm working in like a mini doc because my overall doc it has actually gotten so big that it just uses up a lot of my like CPU and internet and stuff. And so I'm working in a smaller doc right now. And then once I finish the chapter, I copy and paste it over. So that word count is it's up through chapter 20. It doesn't include any of 21. And I'm realizing I knew this chapter was going to be short. I think it's going to be even a little shorter than the other one. My other one that I thought was short was around 2,500. I think this is going to be closer to 2,000, if that, to be honest. I think it could comfortably get to 2,000. There are some things, well, I'm not even going to go into detail. It's not necessary, but basically it's going to be fairly short this first time through, this first pass. I think it'll get beefed up in like following drafts. And man, we'll see. But like, if we got another 40-minute sprint, I mean, it might take me 2 more 40-minute sprints, but I think I could potentially finish this. But this one, I will say, just like the other one that was kind of short, drops a huge, well, it drops a couple, actually. It drops 2 that I know of off the top of my head, really, that are like huge bombs, you know what I mean? So I feel like people won't mind. And also, I don't know what y'all's take is on this, but I've heard some people say that like it's kind of nice as a story progresses if like it feels like there's more urgency, and I'm kind of like, maybe with shorter chapters it'll feel more urgent too. Like they're only going to be shorter by a little bit comparatively, right? So also I still need to subdivide my other chapters that I wrote that were really big. And who knows, once I subdivide those, there might be a few that sit closer to like 2,500. We'll see. But anyways, now let me check in on y'all real quick. Gonna take a break and eat. No worries. I hope you have a nice break, Star Bunny. Fix it. Oh, great. My back hurts for no reason. Oh, that's the worst. That's what lately I've been trying to like sit up better because I feel like I'm feeling that too in my upper back. Good to see you too, Evelyn. How's it going? It's going well, JK. We are cranking right along, and I'm on chapter 21, and I hope to finish at chapter 22. So we are getting to the end, you know? So feels good. Vic says, wrote some 200 words in the last 15 minutes. That's awesome, Vic. Alex got 738. Sweet deal. Christian Michael Author got 637. Awesome. Vic said, but I need help deciding on the titles. Here are my top 4. Ooh, do tell. That'll be cool. Christina said, stared at the screen and did some rereading of my latest scene. Wrote 40 words. Beautiful. Beautiful. No notes, Christina. We love to see it. I really think also that like daydreaming or disassociating, whatever people want to call it, but I think that's part of the process, is letting your mind just kind of like wander and contemplate. So I consider that very productive. Ian said, I have a chapter that is 238 words. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, the main reason I worry about it is because I just try to I want my chapters to at least be uniform. So I just don't want it to be drastically short compared to the others. I feel like if it's a difference between chapters typically being 3,000, 3,500, and then this one's like 2,500, this one and the other one, I'm not too worried about that, But overall, I want them to be like fairly uniform. So we'll see. Alex said a line. Oh, Alex is sharing a line. Okay. Maverin seemed flustered as she explained that we both left clothes for when we worked here overnight. Her eyes kept darting to Cordelia's amused expression during that moment. Oh, love it. Love it, Alex. Yes, very exciting. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And I kind of want, I've heard people reference this. I don't think it's like, I don't think it belongs to any one author, like this approach. But I kind of want this feeling of like build up, like slow build up in the beginning, right? Like real slow. But I want this like crescendo towards the end where everything, there's like an avalanche of things coming together that were hinted at. Like there were Easter eggs, you know, planted throughout the whole earlier portion of the book. But I want like quite a few things to start like coming together back to back to back at the end, so that there is this feeling of like, you know, when a song kind of starts with like a solo singer and then it'll build and you'll have like a big chorus come in towards the end. Like I kind of want that vibe. So I feel like a shorter chapter. I'm glad you feel me on this, Christina. Like I'm glad you get what I'm saying. I think it might actually be okay as long as it's not like drastically shorter, but I want to keep like the urgency up, you know? 22 will be a little different because I want chapter 22 to kind of like set us up for book 2 a little bit. So that will not be as urgent, but up through this chapter, I want that urgency. So, okay, these are Vic's titles, everyone. So you got to put your vote in the chat for which one you like best. Right to Rule, Silent Throne, Mandate of Magic, or Dragon at Daybreak. Ooh. Okay, I feel like you're not going to be expecting this, Vic, but I actually really like the Dragon at Daybreak. That just sounds unique to me. But that's just my gut instinct. Everyone like put your vote in the chat though. I'd be curious to see what everyone thinks. Because those are all really cool, honestly. But Dragon at Daybreak, there's something about that. Mandate of Magic kind of slaps for sure. Oh, and Vic shared a last line. And those shadows, they followed her everywhere, figures in the corner of her eye, but every time she looked directly, they were gone. If rumors spread, but no, they would not. She was fine. We love a little hint at some magic, some gloom and doom, all that good stuff. Mateo said, finished eating breakfast, time for dishes. Listen, I find doing dishes actually like super therapeutic. Silent Throne, Oh, was it Silent Throne? Oh, that does sound kind of cool, actually. Silent. Yeah. I still like Dragon at Daybreak, though. Mandate of Dragons. Mandate of Magic. Okay. We're like all across the board. So we were of no help to you at all, Vic. I apologize. Oh my gosh. I'm just playing, guys. I'm just playing. But yeah, that's so funny that we all gravitate towards different titles. All right. Let me give us another little emblem here. And then we'll pop on over to the wheel and get another sprint going. That's always the case. Yeah, I feel like, you know, it's really, Vic, this is just because you gave us such good titles, you know? You gotta throw some real, like, stinkers in there if you want us all to agree on one. But Right to Rule seems to have 0 votes so far. You know, I don't, I do too. I don't know if you can still do it, Vic, but I think back in the day, I did like a poll in the Storyteller Society about something once. I can't even remember what it was about, to be honest, but you might be able to put a poll in there in the Discord and ask people. Look at how our minds aligned, Vic. That was pretty incredible. See, I already filtered out the bad ones. Yep. Well, that's true. You did filter out the stinkers, you said. Dragons, and more dragons. Yeah, I mean, that works too. Listen, people love their dragons. Like, it'd probably draw people in. Okay, let's pop on over to the wheel because I am like pretty desperate to crank through at least this next part, you know? I'm eager to get to it because I feel like yeah, there's an argument happening and it's about to get really heated. Yeah, I'm just excited to work through. It's going to be brutal to work through the dialogue, but I'm excited to work through it. And I'm trying to remember that this is a first draft, so it doesn't need to be perfect, you know, so I don't need to overthink it too much, but I do want it to like feel like it conveys what I want it to convey, even if all the words aren't exactly how they're going to stay in future drafts, you know? So we'll see. All right, let's pop on over to the wheel here. All right, go ahead and take 5 seconds and drop those guesses in the chat. That scared me. Go ahead and drop those guesses in the chat. Take about 5 seconds to do so, and then we'll take the wheel for a spin. If anybody hits the nail on the head, we will spam the chat with gold stars in their honor. Mandate of Dragons introduces a vacuum of knowledge that people want to solve by reading. Titles without mystery aren't as compelling to me. I'll just... Oh, okay. So I misread this. The first time I thought you said titles with mystery aren't as compelling. And I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think that might set a wrong expectation because there isn't that much classic dragon content in there. Gotcha. All right. Oh, and then Vic said the thing with the mandate of magic, the throne is given to the person with the most magic. So Aurora literally has the mandate of magic. Yeah, when I heard mandate of magic, I was thinking more like overarching. So yeah, I still like Dragons at Daybreak. But if you don't have as much classic dragon stuff, I don't know. That is tricky, Vic. It's hard to decide. All right, if you haven't put your guesses in, you have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. $35. Perfect. I was literally just sitting there staring at the screen going like, please, anything but doom. Anything but doom. All right. And the series is about the questions of power. Ooh. Gosh, that is so hard, Vic. Yeah, I'd pop a poll in the Discord, personally. Good night, Vic. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Also, well done to Christian Michael, who guessed correctly. Go ahead and pop those stars in the chat, and I will get you a trophy. Let's see. Very well done, Christian Michael. The overachiever in me wants my first draft to be basically perfect. There are indeed two wolves in me. One wants it to be perfect, and the other knows it just needs to be written. They're always fighting. Yes, I relate to that so much. I think I've kind of settled on like the words are inevitably going to change, but I do want like the crux of the scene to be conveyed thoroughly and appropriately so that when I'm revising, when I'm doing a dev edit, I can accurately assess the dev edit. Like that's most important to me. And like in this draft, I don't have any brackets except for names. So if there's brackets, it's for like a city name or a name of a person that I have picked a name, but I want to make sure to like go back and double check it and make sure I want to stick with that name. You know what I mean? But otherwise I don't have any brackets. So I've written like the whole thing out so far. So that being said, I have, let's see, what did we get? 35? Yeah, I have 35 minutes on the clock. I wish everyone the best of luck, and I will see you on the other side of 35. Here we go. Okay. I'm just fixing the doc really quickly because I added a comment and I guess it threw the alignment off on here. There we go. Okay. Well, I am proud to say chapter 21 is done. It's definitely going to need to be plumped up in a future draft. But I just reread it and I was like, I don't know, man, it kind of slaps. It's short. It's like 1,200 words, but it's like perfect because, like I said, it's really more of like this one central important argument that includes a lot of different characters, and it discloses two huge, like, groundbreaking pieces of information that tie up a couple loose threads. So that was like its main intention. So I'm kind of okay with, especially because it's an argument and it's like the majority of the people arguing too are men. So like, I feel like male dialogue is typically more like blunt, you know? I'm kind of okay with it, you know? So like, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to try and be like a perfectionist. I'm going to leave it. And then I just have one more chapter and then I'm done. But this next chapter is going to be thick. I know it's going to be thick. And it'll have a scene break at some point too, like halfway through. So, but it feels big. I can't lie. Feels really close now. And I love the way that the argument played out because I had written like bullet points of how I wanted it to go. And as I was writing it, I was like, I am making this way too like drawn out, you know? And I feel like I gave in more to like how I thought the characters would actually argue. And it just flowed so much better. I even was able to put in a couple lines from side characters that I feel like add to their character profile too. Like it gives them a little more depth. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I like it a lot, actually. Let's see how y'all did. Let's see. Thank you, Mateo. Thank you, Alex. Christian Michael got 539 words. That's awesome. Starbunny said, well, I got like 7 words. You know what? It's 7 more than you had before. So it's all progress. Thanks, Margot. Christina said, woo, hell yeah. Thanks, Christina. Thank you, Margot. Mateo says, finish cleaning the kitchen. Nice. Margot says, I made dinner. Awesome. You guys have been really productive. 737 words. Thank you, Ember May's Cozy Corner. We just grunt. I wrote 52 more bitty words. Oh, awesome. And Starbuddy, thank you so much for the congrats. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I'm not going to lie. I kind of planned to stop if I finished the chapter. I didn't rush or anything on that account, but I feel like I'm kind of at a spot where I kind of might want to stop for the night because I don't know that I'm ready to necessarily start a new chapter tonight for the last sprint. But I did want to just do some housekeeping really quick at the end here. So first of all, really just one thing I wanted to say is that the writer games are starting to come to an end, but I do want to mention that I have another big event that's totally different that will be coming in June, around June, July is when it's planned for. So hopefully I'll announce it in April. That's what I'm shooting for. Early May at the latest, but hopefully April. So I do want to remind everyone to be on the lookout for that. And then also, if you will indulge me, I did write a little something for kind of a closing, I guess, like a closing thought on the writer games. But it's nothing too serious, but I do want to read it if you all will indulge me. Okay. So, anyways, and I did type it out because I'm a dork. Okay. So just, I hope you'll bear with me, but here we go. Okay. A few weeks ago, just before the games began, I was actually strongly considering canceling them. Given the state of the world, I wasn't sure if the theme was appropriate. However, upon further reflection, I decided I'm probably overthinking it, as you all know I do all the time. But now I see that I wasn't overthinking, but instead viewing the games through the wrong lens. Throughout this event, I've witnessed support, community, resilience, and optimism, all values that those in our modern day capital have strived to snuff out. On top of that, each one of us has made such wonderful progress within our stories. As of tonight, those of you participating in the games have written 1,149,347 words, revised 3,141 pages, and beta read 3,770 pages. I encourage us all to take heart in the belief that these stories are a powerful form of activism in their own right, and not just the dystopian novels, but all the plots which feature underlying themes of love, empathy, courage, acceptance, triumph, and friendship. If you doubt this power, look at this event that was made possible through the Hunger Games series, which initially debuted 18 years ago, written by the ever wonderful Suzanne Collins. In summary, I want to thank all of you for participating in the first annual Writer Games. If this is any indication of the authors to come, the negative forces better prepare themselves, because from where I'm sitting, it appears that fire is catching. Thank you so very much for joining me in this challenge, victors. And with that, I'd love to leave you with these thoughts. Tell your story, look out for one another, and stoke your fire. I'll see you around the internet. Bye, guys.